Hi guys, welcome to another news flash by OnWheelsTV. The first one dedicated to official content from Studio 397 for rFactor 2. So this is the first time we are approaching official content from the sim brand that manages and owns rFactor 2 since the entry of Studio 397 for the management and development of rFactor 2. So they released a tiny update for the sim, and at the same time they updated the Nissan GT500 to version 1.2. So first of all, just briefly saying something that for us we believe it is important. We don't know if this is just a product of our imagination or something more. Although in the changelog for concerning this tiny update for the rFactor 2 sim, it was not mentioned any significant change in terms of the graphics of the sim. However, again, I don't know if this is a product of our imagination or if it is actually happening. We noticed that the look in terms of the visuals, in terms of the graphics, in terms of the colors in the sim, it looks a little bit different. It looks also a little bit, I would say, a little bit more than a little bit better. So the cars look a lot better, the graphics overall look a lot better. I don't know if it's just me thinking this or if everyone noticed it. In terms of the build that suffered, build 1108 that suffered the second update, code was added to allow car modelers to tweak the body roll for AI physics in order to ensure that tires don't go through fenders graphically. Also, there was an introduction in terms of a simple mechanism for distributing templates with cars, which eventually will end up in a templates folder until the new UI is released for the sim. And also there was a problem fixed with the launcher that accidentally encoded URL passwords, making it impossible to join servers with certain characters in the password. So this is basically what Studio 397 mentions in terms of what was specifically done for this update. Of course, the Nissan GT500 car, which is the one you are watching a series of footage at Tobin Raceway, another amazing track, original from rFactor 2, and this is why for instance, we are using the rFactor 2 logo at the start of our video. We don't use the Sims logo when the content is from third-party affiliates or non-affiliates. So we just use the logos when the track and the car are both official content from the sim. So just mentioning this in case you have questions about it. So we are using several TV cam views available when you are driving at Tobin Raceway, and we are also using the onboard cam, the traditional onboard cam, during all this video while we comment. So in terms of this amazing car, the changes are a lot more than, for instance, with the changelog for this tiny update in the sim. In terms of the sound of the car, probably you already noticed, I'm pretty sure you did. A completely new pack of sounds was added to try and make the sound of this car closer to the way the original car sounded. And yeah, we agree with that. This sound is more appropriate to the sound of the real car. The previous sound was basically the sound of the Formula Renault 3.5 working on a closed cockpit car instead of an open wheeler car, of a formula car. In terms of the graphics, additional tire compounds were added. So the car now has soft, medium, hard, intermediates and full wet compounds. Additional rim types to reflect the ones used by different teams by the different teams were also added. A fluorescent shader for digits on the dashboard also added. Backfire graphics also added. In terms of fixes, there was a fix in a gap between the driver helmet and the body. Fixed tires going through the fenders when under load. 3D body shape was updated because it was added a missing floor. Because there was the need to add a missing floor correcting the front fender shape and some smaller tweaks. Also in terms of the icons, there was an update in terms of the icons, and there were also improvements in terms of the cockpit textures on the fans, door handles, and several other small details. Body reflections were improved. The level of detail LOD was also improved. Exhaust model and textures were also improved, as well as windows in the cockpit view, and there was a side window that was also added. The liveries were improved, and the headlights also were improved, and they now have lens flares. In terms of the physics, a new tire compound added new tire compounds to match those added to the graphics. A few garage settings were also updated, and there was a slight tweak in terms of the AI physics. The car, well, previously the car was already amazing to drive. Now it's a little bit better. It does help that the sounds bring this car closer to what it really was when it was racing, because probably most of you guys, maybe all, know that this car is not used anymore in terms of the championship to which it was destined. The manufacturers did develop the cars that now look a lot more, for instance, like DTM cars. But previously, the GT500 class was with this car, the Nissan car, and then there were obviously the Lexus and the Honda. But here we only have the Nissan. So the car is amazing to drive. It does provide an excellent feel to the drivers, to the sim racers, and it is probably one of the most appreciated cars nowadays on the rFactor 2 library, and that allows us also to compliment Studio 397 for the amazing work they have been doing with the sim. They have been really focused in trying to bring the sim to what its audience is asking or complaining that the sim needs, on what the sim needs to improve. And we have to feel optimistic in terms of the future for this sim. People that use rFactor 2 normally become big fans of the sim because of the dynamics, because of the physics, because of the feeling it provides, and because of also those other things that are not directly related to the driver performance, but are directly related to the conditions of the track, of the ambience, and all that reflects eventually on driver performance. So the weather, the dynamic weather, all that is really important, and with the physics of the sim being really good, users of the rFactor 2 sim normally don't go away because they really enjoy this. And it's great when there is this philosophy in terms of what rFactor 2 users do. It's great to know that the sim is getting closer and closer to what it should be, and therefore we have to feel optimistic in terms of the future. So guys, from Studio 397, bring it on. We are here to enjoy. Thank you for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.